सुसेगाद दंपार पडोवणारांक म्हजो माय मोगाचो नमस्कार. हांव फ्रँकी फर्नांडीस, मेलबर्न, ऑस्ट्रेलियासून तुमकां ह्यो गोंयच्यो खबरो कोंकणींतल्यान पावयता. आज डिसेंबराची 13 तारीख. सुरवातेक खबर गेल्ल्या सुमारांत उत्तर गोंयांत आरपोरा हांगा बर्च बाय रोमियो लेन हांगा घटना जाल्या ताचे बाबतींत. हे घटनेंत सुमार 25 जाण कांय ट्युरिस्ट हांकां मरण फावो जालें. ही घटना संवसारभर लोकांनी टीव्हीचेर पळयले तशेंच खबरापत्राचेर वाचपाक मेळ्ळें.
Hello, this is BBC News. I'm Catherine Biarahanga. We begin with breaking news from India. At least 25 people have been killed in a fire at a nightclub in Goa.
Well, we've just received an update from the government of Goa, who have released a list of all of those killed in the fire. 20 were staff of the nightclub and restaurant, and 5 others were tourists.
Too many lives are lost due to negligence, violation of safety norms, unregulated public spaces and corruption. This tragedy, just another example. Allegations that the Island Club did not have proper construction license or followed fire safety norms. But most people are cynical and unconvinced of the outcome of such inquiries, finding them cosmetic, futile and a time-wasting exercise. Goa is India's prime tourist destination, contributing almost 17% to the state's GDP. A showcase of sun and sand with close to 7 million tourists, including 400,000 foreigners visiting it every year.
असली घटना गोंयांत एक संवसारभर फामाद ट्युरिस्ट डेस्टिनेशन म्हूण वळखून येता हांगा पयलेच फावट जालां. आनी हाका कोण जबाबदार? आनी आपूण जबाबदार म्हूण सांगलें जाल्यार आज पासून कित्याक आमदार म्हूण वो मंत्री म्हूण गोंयांत आसात? गोंयांत सांबाळपाक जायना जाल्यार तुमचें गोंयकारांक कित्याक गरज? हो प्रश्न गोंयकार विचारता. आज पासून 6 जाणांक पुलिसांनी अरेस्ट केल्यात आनी बर्च बाय रोमियो लेन हाचे दोनी जे घटना जाल्या उपरांत भारत देश सोडून पटाया बँकॉक हांगा लिपून आसा तांकां गोंयांत हाडपाक पुलिसांचो प्रयत्न चालू आसा. हो नायट क्लब बर्च बाय रोमियो लेन हाचे दोग भाव पुलिसाच्या ताब्यांत पटाया बँकॉक हांगा पडल्यात. पूण जेन्ना 25 जाण मरण गेल्यात तांचें कितें? तांचे फॅमिलीचें कितें? गोंय सरकाराच्या बेपरवाये खातीर हे मेल्यात ते परत येवचे ना. आनी ताकाच लागून गोंयकार म्हणटात जबाबदारी नेता हाताळ्ळे राजिनामा दिवचो चड गरज. आज मेरेन ना म्हूण गांवचो आमदार मायकल लोबो वो ट्युरिजम खात्याचो मंत्री रोहन कावटे वो मुखेल मंत्री प्रमोद सावंत हाणें आपूण जबाबदार म्हूण सांगलें ना आनी हें सगळें दुसऱ्याचेर गुन्यांव थारावपाक गुंतलेले आसा. तर ह्या वेळार आदलो आमदार आनी एडवोकेट उदय भेंब्रे सांगतात हाचो मुखेल कारण म्हणल्यार गोंयांत भ्रश्टाचार हाचें आनी ह्या वेळार सगळ्यांनी राजिनामा दिवचो चड गरज.
मुखेल कारण भ्रश्टाचार आनी हो भ्रश्टाचार सकयल्यान वयर मेरेन आसा हें हांवें सांगलां. पूण तो सकयल्यान वयर वचना. भ्रश्टाचार हो उदका भशेन वो लिक्वीड वस्तू भशेन तो वयल्यान सकयल देंवता. तो इलेक्टेड लोक जे सरकारांत आसात थंय सुरू जाता, मागीर ऑफिसरां मेरेन पावता. हाज्या आदीं 2 गजाली घडल्यात. एक चीफ सेक्रेटरीच्या भ्रश्टाचाराक लागून ताका वच म्हणचें पडलां आनी एक DGPच्या भ्रश्टाचाराक लागून ताका वच म्हणचें पडलां. आतां हे दोगूय मुखेली, एकलो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशनाचो, दुसरो पुलिसीचो. जर मुखेली ह्या भशेन वागता तर मागीर ताजे सकयल आहात ते ऑफिसर दुसरे भशेन कित्याक वागतले? तांकां भिरांत कोणाची उरतली आनी तांकां विचारपाक खंयचो मोराल येतलो ह्या वयल्या ऑफिसरांक? आतां सरकार नेमता, कोणा नेमता? कलेक्टराक चवकशी करपाक. कलेक्टर कोणाची चवकशी करतलो? सरकारी कर्मचाऱ्यांचीच. म्हणटच सरकाराचोच मनीस सरकारी कर्मचाऱ्यांची चवकशी करतलो. ह्या चवकशी करत आसा. ही चवकशी ज्युडिशरीन करपाची वो लोकांनी करपाची. तुमी तुमच्याच मनशांची चवकशी करतात म्हणटा मंत्री जें कर म्हणून सांगतलो तें तो करतलो. तो कोणाची चूक थारावचो ना. तो एक्सिडेंट म्हणटलो. आनी हे भाशेन हो भ्रश्टाचार वाडिल्ल्यान ह्यो सगल्यो गजाली घडटात. हांव देखी दितालो राजकारभार बाबत म्हणटा आसतना, पूण हें प्रूफ म्हजे नदरेन हाजे इतलें आनी 100% प्रूफ दुसरें बरें मेळचें ना. हें प्रूफ गोंयचो राजकारभार कसो चलता तो, भ्रश्टाचार कितलो वाडलो तो, आनी त्या भ्रश्टाचाराक लागून गोंयचें केदें मोठें लुकसाण जातलें तें. आज आख्ख्या संवसारांत देशांत गोंयचें नांव पेडेर जालां. आनी ह्या पेड्डेर एक्सिडेंटाक लागून जावंक ना, हे पेड्डेर कांय लोकांच्या सुवार्थाक लागून, कांय लोकांच्या भ्रश्टाचाराक लागून जालां. खरें म्हणत जाल्यार ह्या विशयाचेर गोंयच्या एका मंत्र्यान न्हय, गोंयच्या सगळ्या मंत्र्यांनी राजिनामो दिवंक जाय. कित्याक ही कलेक्टीव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आसता आमच्या लोकशायेक. एका मंत्र्याची रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी न्ही. जरी 12 मंत्र्यां मदीं एकलो मुखेली आसलो, ही इज फर्स्ट एमॉंग इक्वल्स. तो बॉस न्हय, तो राजा न्हय. म्हणटकच कितेंय जर चुकलें सरकारान, ताजी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सगळ्या मंत्रिमंडळाची. आनी हांगा एक मोठो मदलो फिगर आहा तो आमदार. हांवें म्हळें की पंचाक हें कळोवंक जाय पयलीं, पंचायत सेक्रेटरीक कळोवंक जाय, पंचायत सरपंचाक कळोवंक जाय, आनी मागीर आमदाराक कळोवंक जाय. आमदार भोंवना आपल्या कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन. हांव सदांच म्हणत आयलां की गोंयांतलें BJPचें सरकार हें बाबत सरकार. बाबत हें उतर आमी कोंकणी भाशेंत वस्ट ह्या अर्थान वापरतात. हे सरकाराक आपली जबाबदारी खबर ना, कॉम्पिटन्स ना, आनी मॉरॅलिटी ना. हांणी राजकारण म्हणटा तो धंदो करून उडयला. आनी धंद्या पासत कितलेंय लुकसाण गोंयचें वा गोंयकारांचें करपाक ते तयार आसात. बाबत सरकार म्हणटना हांवें देखी दिल्यात, इनकॉम्पिटन्साच्यो देखी दिल्यात, भ्रश्टाचाराच्यो देखी दिल्यात, आनी हेर तरांच्या चुकांच्योय देखी दिल्यात. आतां ही निकतीच घडली ती गजाल हडफड्या ज्या नायट क्लबाक उजो लागून 25 मनशां मेली, त्या मनशांची मरणाची जबाबदारी ह्या सरकाराचेर आसा. म्हजे नदरेन हें नॅचरल कॅलेमिटीक लागून जाल्लें मरण न्हय, हें इवन अपघाताक लागून जाल्लें मरण न्हय. ही घडोवन हाडिल्लीं मरणां देखून हे खून, हे जाल्यार ते मर्डर अशें धरूंक जाय. कित्याक कोणाच्या तरी चुकांक लागून, कोणाच्या तरी भ्रश्टाचाराक लागून, कोणाच्या तरी इनकॉम्पिटन्साक लागून हें घडलां आनी हें घडूंक दिलां. आतां चुकल्यात जायते जाण. ताचें कारण हो जो राजकारणाचो धंदो चल्ला तो सामको सकयले पावंड्या वयल्यान वयले पावंड्यार मेरेन चल्ला. देख दिवन सांगची जाल्यार हीच गजाल घेवया हडफडेची. एक इल्लिगल स्ट्रक्चर वयर सरता, पंचाक कळना. पंचाची जोग्राफिकल एरिया कितली आसता, थोडी आसता. आपल्या वॉर्डांत एक इल्लिगल स्ट्रक्चर येता म्हणून ताका कळपाक जाय, आनी तें कांय एका रातींत वयर सरना. ताका ताजे दोळे मुखार ते वयर सरता, कितलेशे म्हयने ताका लागतात. तो ओगी कित्याक रावता, तो पंचायतीक कित्याक कळयना. पंचायतीक लायसन्स दिवंक ना म्हणून ताका खबर आहा. मागीर पंचायत आहा, पंचायत म्हणटा ती केदी. इल्लेंशें गोंय, त्या गोंयांत आमचे आसात सुमार 200 पंचायती. ह्या पंचायतीची एरियेंत हेर पंचाक आनी सरपंचाक कळना हें इल्लिगल स्ट्रक्चर वयर सरता म्हणून. तें सोडूंक कित्याक दितात वयर? हाचें कारण भ्रश्टाचार.
मुखेलमंत्री प्रमोद सावंत हाणें कळीत केलां की एक मॅजिस्टेरियल इन्क्वायरी कमिटी स्थापन केल्या आनी ही कमिटी एक सोमनाथ आपलो रिपोर्ट तयार करतले म्हूण. आनी ही कमिटी हाचो वडील जावन आसतलो उत्तर गोंयचो डिस्ट्रिक्ट मॅजिस्ट्रेट, दक्षिण गोंयचे सुप्रिटेंडंट ऑफ पुलीस आनी कांय दुसरे सरकारी अधिकारी.
Investigation is going on. My police department is in touch with the government of India, with the rest all other agencies. Definitely within the short span of a time, they'll come under behind the bar. At present, जी inquiry चालू आसा पळय न्ही, ताजो पयली रिपोर्ट येवनी, ताज्या उपरांत we'll decide.
गोंयच्या इतिहासान पयलेच फावट 25 जाण मरण वयता आनी गोंय सरकार एक मॅजिस्ट्रियल इन्क्वायरी कमिटी स्थापन करता. जाल्यार एक प्रश्न पडटा, ही मॅजिस्ट्रियल इन्क्वायरी कोणाक न्याय दितली? तर आमी ह्या वेळार रिटायर्ड इंडियन पुलीस सर्वीस हाचो अधिकारी जॉन शिल्शी, जो गांवान मणिपूरचो पूण गेल्ल्या 10-12 वर्सां गोंयांत रावता, हाचे लागीं विचारलें.
Answering to your question about whether the magisterial inquiry will be fair, I think I can only say that before the inquiry is conducted, we cannot say whether the inquiry is going to be fair or not. We can only presume that whoever is doing the inquiry will do it fairly so that they'll be able to dig out into the root causes of the problem, how the problem started, who were responsible, etc., etc. But having said that, I must also add one important point, that is, when so many people's life has been lost, I think it would have been much better if a judicial inquiry was ordered by the government, because in that case, what will be the future of the families of people who died in this unfortunate incident? What kind of compensation will they get? And how and who is going to be held responsible for that? All of these questions will be answered by the result of the judicial inquiry. But in this case, one feels that the magisterial inquiry will merely dwell on the lapses on the part of the administration, and it is doubtful whether there will be anything spelled out about compensations, etc., for the people who died. And as we know, most of the people who died, in fact 23 of them we are told, are employees of this club, who were all lowly paid workers. So what kind of compensation will they get? It is very difficult to presume. But as far as the people who are involved, say the owners and the managers, the promoters, I am sure they are going to escape. The long hands of law is probably not going to reach to them, because they will definitely be hiring some of the best lawyers in the country, and they will argue for them and make sure that either it is in the High Court or Supreme Court, they will argue for them, and they'll be let off, maybe without any actions taken on them. So this is an unfortunate case. And now coming back finally to the question that you were asking about the reported incidents or reported cases of senior officers telling the junior officers not to do this or not to report the case of illegal running of the club, etc. I think it will be premature again on my part to comment, because I am not 100% confirmed about this report, and we are only hearing it or reading it from the newspaper and other channels. All I can say is that the police would have definitely known, and even if there is, let's presume that there are political interferences in the working of the police, even then that does not prevent them from submitting a report about certain institutes or certain entities being run by certain people without valid permission, meaning illegally.
गांवच्या लोकां प्रमाणे असली घटना घडपाचें कारण म्हणल्यार एकूच, गोंय सरकाराचे निवडलेले आमदार आनी गोंय सरकाराचे अधिकारी हांची बेपरवायेक लागून.
A major fire and inferno that could have completely been avoided if due diligence was used by the local MLAs, the people in power, and the authorities. I am reading to you a letter dated 18/12/2023 from two individuals residents of Mapsa to the Sarpanch Village Panchayat Arpora in ward number 2379, date 20/12/2023. And the subject is environmental construction violation in the properties bearing survey number 158/0 and 159/0 located in Arpora, Barjis Taluka, North Goa. The same property corresponds to Birch, Romeo Lane. Illegal construction, eco-sensitive zone, salt pan. Eco-sensitive zone and salt pan म्हणजे NDZ. NDZ म्हणजे non-development zone. म्हणजे you cannot develop over there. First illegality already highlighted in this letter. Discharge of sewage into the Baga River. म्हणजे तू establishment चलोय आणि sewage सगळे आमचे दोऱ्यान सोड. Second illegality flagged over here. 3. Operation of discotheque in an unstable structure which would cause a major tragedy. This is common sense. मारे salt pan मारे तो. How are you building a temporary kind of a unstable structure on a salt pan? Fire hazard, although extremely important and the main reason which claimed all the lives, has not been mentioned over here. But it is something that also needs clearance. Entry and exit, which is wide enough for people to exit in the emergency kind of a situation, was not taken into consideration. No trained personnel to put off the fire. When the fire department was informed is another thing altogether. But anyway, let's stick to this for now. Misutilization of open spaces and contravention to the building bylaws. Now this document submitted to the Panchayat in 2023, I'm reading the next page, was also CC'd, according to this letter, to the Chief Minister Government of Goa, Mr. Rowan County Minister of Environment and Tourism, Delilah Lobo, Honorable MLA, Chief Secretary Government of Goa, Collector, Director of Panchayats, Chief Town Planner, Senior Town Planner, Deputy Collector, Mamladar, Pollution Control Board, CR2 Office, and all the press. There is no doubt, as per this letter, which is stamped by a government body, can deny that all these authorities have been informed. So when you have been informed way back in 2023, and you allow such a thing to persist until 2024, involving other institutions of theirs, other places run under the name Romeo Lane in Vagator, in the CRZ zone, CRZ area, violating the norms, being demolished before, once again being built, once again demolished, once again being built. Where is the doubt about such a thing happening without the blessings of the authorities? Now I'm reading to you letter dated 24/2024 by the Village Panchayat Arpora. This is now a demolition notice, come notice under section 66 subsection 4 of the Goa Panchayati Raj Act 1994, ordering the demolition of this venue because the person who is the owner has failed to produce any documentary evidence providing the legality of the said unauthorized construction of shops, restaurant, 6 number of structures and 2 number of platforms in an alleged salt pan located in serial number 158/0 and 159/0 of Village Panchayat Arpora. It is the same property. So if a demolition order was issued in 2024, why wasn't it demolished? Is anyone trying to say that the police department, the chief minister's office, the tourism department, all the local bodies were unaware that this place has been functioning for 2 years? Were they also unaware that another place of the same owners under the same Romeo Lane name in Vagator, violating CRZ norms there as well, was demolished, broken again, and developed again? Again something was broken, again it was developed again.
तर ह्यो जर असले आमच्यो सुसेगाद दोनपार गोंयच्यो खबरो मेलबर्न ऑस्ट्रेलियासून मेळुया दुसऱ्या सोमानात ते मेरेन मोगासून दी.